one of the biggest shocks that people are seeing right now is the transport sector. People thought that what was happening with the ports and the strikes and all that sort of stuff would actually crash the transports. Why is the transports going up? I want to share that with you. Also want to share what's happening with gold. Silver's getting ready to have a really big move also. King Russell's coming, and there's so much more that I want to share with you in today's video. Let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video, because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty transportation sector here. And this is something really important for you guys that have been trading the markets, I would say less than 5 years. I've been personally trading the markets now for 20 years myself. I do really well out of trading right now, but it wasn't always like that, right? My first 5 years or so, I was horrible, absolutely horrible. And one of the reasons why I was absolutely horrible was because I was thinking, and this is something for you guys that are just new to the markets, I was thinking 1 + 1 = 2, and it doesn't. All right. And what I mean by that, I was thinking, AKA the strikes with the ports, right? We're going on strike. You know, there's going to be containers, you know, all that sort of stuff, and oh my goodness, it's gonna crush the transport sector, right? This is the transport sector here, and as you can see, and what people were focusing on, and this is where I'm telling you right now, guys. Okay, I'm telling you right now, for you to trade the market successfully, if you are approaching your market in a way like this, where you're, oh my goodness, 1 + 1, the 1 is, transport is going to get crushed. We're going to see a big crash in the transport sector because there's a strike going on. One thing you'll realize is that everything is always opposites in the markets, right? And this is where most traders, most of you guys right now probably struggle in the markets right now, right? Is because you go to the market with try to add some sort of logic of, well, that's really bad, therefore transport sector should get crushed. Let's go short. No. Well, and as you can see, and I'm pretty sure you now know that a lot of the times most traders, and I've only learned this on the other side of this last 10 years. I've been trading the markets for 20 years, okay? And I teach you basically everything I know in that free trading course, that first thing in the description there, guys. I literally give you access to I literally give you free access to a complete massive membership area. That's what. So when you go register, not only do you actually get my trading system, but I give you access to a free massive membership area, trading systems, mindset, you know, chart reading strategies, advanced chart reading strategies, you name it, it's all in there, right? Bullseye trades, the biggest mistakes, it's all in there, right? johnsfreegift.com, go get it, it's for free. So the big thing I want to share with you here is this, okay? Looking at your trading right now, and this is something that I've only really learned in the last, say, 10 years, is that the only way that I've become good at trading is the first and foremost is that I never trade based off what the herd is doing, right? And this is where a lot of you guys, this is where a lot of people lost a lot of money in the crypto boom, right? It's like, oh my goodness, here we go, right? And then everyone's getting on, right? Even my ex-wife was saying, should I get in the crypto? my ex-wife, she doesn't know anything about the markets. But what was happening? Right? And so I knew, I'm just like, oh crap, man, this is going to come down big time, right? I had a mate at the time. Well, I thought it was a mate. Have you ever been there, guys? Right? Have you ever been there, right? You're friends with someone, right? You think you're friends with them, and really they were just there because it was convenient for you. Anyway, so the purpose of me saying this is that because that's the reason why a lot of people don't do well out of trading, right? Because this sort of thing here, and this is a really great example to start the week off for you guys, is the result of what's happening right now. And that is that people would have thought, that the transports would get crushed because the lockdowns with the ports. And this is where, guys, I'm telling you right now, the big lesson I want to share with you here is this, okay? what you think, what sounds logic, port shutdown, disastrous, crash. This is not going to be good for the transport sector. All right? That logical thinking, it seems common sense, right? It's actually not how the markets work. Right? And this is where a lot of people go. This is where a lot of people go wrong in here. And as you can see, the transports is now breaking up to where? Almost. It's actually. Did it close at an all-time new high? Oh, it's basically. I think it closed at an all-time new high, didn't it? What at the back here? Yeah, I think it actually did. I think it actually closed at an all-time new high. So there you go. So it closed at an all-time new high. So I really want you to, on the back of what I've just said there, this is where, guys, if you're trying to trade based off what you think is going to happen, it's never a really good idea, okay? The only way, I'm telling you right now, guys, the only way that I've been able to do really well out of trading, and especially as of late, right, is this. I want you to understand that no one knows what's going to happen in these markets, okay? So we can go through silver and gold, and I can give you my updates, and I can give you my technical analysis of what's happening right now, but no one definitely knows what's going to happen, right? No one definitely knows. And again, what can also happen is that because we're doing this based on technical analysis, guess what? A pattern today says something. A week from now, 2 weeks from now, the market can change its mind, and we have to go with that, right? This is where a lot of people, they have this mentality of they have a view, right? They have a view and they stick with that view, right? They go, oh my goodness, this market's going to crash. And maybe the technical analysis is lining up with that, but then a few weeks later, the market turns around and you're like, oh, how come the market didn't crash? Well, that's called trading, right? But the only way for me to actually do well out of trading is this. Through all my 12 months here, and I'll give you guys a bit of a blueprint of how to do really well out of trading, okay? And here's the thing. Through all your 12 months, okay? Let's just say this is all through here. You got the good old January over here, and you got the good old December over here, right? Through all here. And you got your months all through here. Here is your determining factor of how well you do throughout the year. What is your and below here is what? This is called the foundation. The foundation. Foundation, right? Your foundation. Your foundation here is how well you are really going to absolutely have an amazing year, right? This here, how are you going to have an amazing year? Okay? Because I don't give a shit about you actually having, one really successful trade. That doesn't mean anything, right? I want you to have a successful trading career. That means for the next 10 years, 20 years, right? I want you to be here around for 30 years doing really well from the markets because you start to understand some of the concepts, especially the trading mentality, right? Now, by the way, investing mentality and trading mentality is not the same, right? Don't put them, I see, for example, like for me, right? I actually see gold going to 3,000. That's an investing mentality. When does it get there? Does it get here now? Does it get there 6 months from now? Do you see what I'm saying here, right? That's an investing mentality. You're going to go through your swings. That's not trading mentality. Trading mentality is like getting in and getting out, so on and so forth, right? So what is your foundation? Here, this is, by the way, this is FO, foundation, and money. Money comes from your foundation. And so the only way that I've been able to do really well from trading, and all my clients are doing really, really well right now as well too, is, and by the way, if you're interested in becoming a coaching client of mine for 12 months where I show you what I'm doing, I give you my scans, I'm there coaching you every single day. If you want to be part of a small, tight group of only around 15 people, this is an elite of elite group traders for you to become if you're absolutely ready to make 2025 the best for 12 months with me personally every single day. Then you may be a good fit for my coaching program. That's second link in the description there, guys. Or go to getjohnshelp.com. You can fill out the application form, and I'll speak to you guys real soon. But that's only for people that are absolutely serious. That this is no joke here, right? There's a lot of things that goes in becoming a good trader. There's your foundations, your chart reading, the mindset, getting back up from making mistakes, and so on and so forth. So if you're ready to become part of the elite, and you want to really put in a good solid 12 months with me, you may be ready for my next elite traders. Anyway, so looking at this level through here, how are you focusing on the market? And I'm telling you right now, guys, all right? I'm telling you right now, The only way for me to have a successful year, and I'm having a really good successful trading year right now. But I'm coming off the back of 12 months, okay? I'm coming off the back of 12 months, and I'm trying to share with you what I'm doing here. So on the back of 12 months, how do I start at January and finish here in December, right? What does that look like? Because I'm telling you right now, most of the time, if I started off the year good, right? So if I started off the year good, if my equity curve looked something like this, let's actually do a bit of a line here, right? Right? If that was the equity curve line through there, and I started off the year good, here we go, right? CPI, let's go, right? And then we did something like that. Oh, the positive and the green, right? Do you know how many years this dumbass me did this? I know what I'm doing. And then I deviate from a plan that was working. I'd start to let my ego get involved. That's why, guys, like when it comes to me as a coach, you get 20 years of experience about not letting your ego get involved. Make sure you're sticking to the plan, right? When you do go through a bit of a bad time, pick yourself back up, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, so do you know how many times this dumbass would do something like this? And by the end of December, I'd be down here. I may have started a trading account of 20 and I may have got it to 40 or something like that. And then by the end of the year, my account's down here at 5K. And actually, do you know how many more times than not, this actually 5K was being generous? It's like 0. You know what I'm saying, guys? So this is the reason why, like I'm teaching you, I was like, the only way for me to be able to actually have this where my account doesn't do that, and my account does do this, it may go through a bit of a flattening period for a bit, but then it picks back up. And that's exactly what my trading account looks like now. My trading account, that is. The only way for me to do something like this is first and foremost, not understand that I'm not smarter than anyone else out there. And no one else is. No one definitely knows what's going to come over the next few months. Right? No one definitely knows. So the only way that I can generate a consistent return in the markets. Now, when I say consistent return, I talk about consistent return of actually having an analysis of, I'm going to have some losses in there as well too, right? But how do I actually have a year where I actually made a really good profit and then a consistent return, right? A consistent return is not making money every single day. That's absolutely bollocks. And if you're trying to make money every single day, what are you doing? Don't do that, right? Your mentality is completely wrong with your foundations. This is where guys like with me, like I used to trade the smaller time frame charts. I want to trade the 1 minute charts, the 2 minute charts, and 15 minute charts because I want more trades. Because more trades equals more income. No, jumping on a big trade and holding it for a long time equals more income. Right? That's the way that I personally trade. When you apply for my coaching program, the way that I personally trade is not taking a lot, but I'm trying to get into a trade and holding it for a few days, for a few weeks, right? Sometimes a month or more in the market and capitalizing on a big move. So instead of trying to take 20 small, profit, small profit. No, you want to, I want to get $200 profit here and $200 profit here and $1,000 profit here. No, I want you to get a $5,000 profit here and a $20,000 profit here. That's how you have a good year. Is to be able to have your foundations for that. And the only way for you to do this, okay? Hear me out. The only way for you to do this is to understand one or two things. Firstly, no one definitely knows what's going to come. So on the back of the whole transport sector, guess what was happening? Right? Everyone thought, there we go, right? I think no one, like if you're trading based off what you think, there's no foundation to that, right? I want you, and so that's the first thing. It's like, and whatever you think is going to happen, it's probably not going to happen. It's probably the opposite. Because if you're thinking it, most people are thinking it. The market knows that, so it's going to rip your head off. The only way for me to be able to do really well out of trading is by following this one simple line, and that is find one trading pattern setup that you personally believe in, that you can know it's going to get a high win-loss ratio, and have the patience to wait for that only. That is the sentence there, right? And I always call this the bullseye trades, right? In that free trading course, guys, when you put your name and email address in, first you get access to my trading system, but then I'll also email you free membership access to my complete massive membership area. And in the membership area, I talk about one of the first videos out of like 20, right? I talk about the bullseye trades, right? And this is where the only way that I'm able to have a really good year, guys, and I'm going to continue to crush it for the rest of my life, is this. I have a trading system, right? And again, I teach you the trading system for free, right? So again, first link in the description, I teach it for free. I actually literally give you it's like an hour-long video walking you through how I came across the system, what the biggest mistakes I made, and so on and so forth. Anyway, so I always call this the bullseye trades, right? So let's actually do this here. So let's actually do, here is what I call the bullseye trade, right? And the bullseye trade for me is the bullseye trade for me is what? The actual trading setup. So this is what I call my number one high quality, powerful trading setup, right? That gets a very high win-loss ratio. Now, and this is where my coaching program, guys, for you guys that are going to apply for it, my coaching program is all about getting you to focus on one amazing, powerful trading setup. Why? Because I would rather you get really, really, really good at one powerful trading setup to potentially make a really good 5 figures, maybe even 6 figures on one trade than trying to double here and double there and double here, double. Like, no dabbling. Right? Don't apply for my coaching program if you just want to try this and try that and dabble. No. Yeah. My coaching program is not for dabblers, right? My coaching program is for people that really want to generate some really good income from trading and willing to do the foundation. But the only way for me to be able to do really well out of trading, guys, is guess what? Is that throughout the year, I'm doing scans, right? I have my scans and I'm scanning the market. What am I scanning the market for? I'm not scanning the market for, oh my goodness, the port is closed down. It's gonna crash. No, that's not my, no, stop. That is not my trading. What's my trading plan? What's my business plan? My business plan is I'm going to the market. I'm looking for my trading pattern. But John, it doesn't show up that much. Well, sometimes it does, right? But John, I want a lot of trades. Why do you want a lot of trades for? Why do you personally want a lot? What you think a lot of trades equals more income? So therefore you're going to try to trade the 2-minute charts and the 5-minute charts, the Forex charts, and all these other markets out there? What? Because you think a lot of trades equals more income? Tell me how that works out well for you. The opposite. Why? Because you get tired, you make mistakes, you get in at the wrong time, you hold on for too long, you add too much risk, you move it's a complete disaster, right? More trades equals more emotion, equals more stress, equals you having disastrous and all that sort of stuff, right? No, more trades doesn't equal more income. Having high quality setups that you can get in and maybe put in 5 or 10 grand on that one, and that potentially generating a good 10, 20, 30, 50 grand on a profit over the course of a couple month period. That's how you have a good year, right? So for me personally, what's my trading setup? And then guess what I do? Whenever I have my trading setup, I patiently go to the markets and I scan and I wait because I know when this comes, I know that most of the time I'm going to generate a nice profit. And sometimes it's going to be a really nice profit. Rinse, recycle, repeat. And then I go down this path here, right? Then I go down the path of actually doing really well out of trading. That's how I can have a really good year. But whenever I deviate from this system, this setup here, right? Now, by the way, guys, for you guys, John teaches the system. I teach you for free in the free course. But the system's the system's the easy part, right? What is the hard part? The hard part is you not trading anything else. What if you don't have a trade for a whole week? Oh my goodness. Now this is where you're thinking, right? This is where so many traders can't do well at trading because your thinking is wrong. Your thinking is like, oh John, I'm trying to make money this week so I can quit my job. No, wrong thinking. That's not how trading works. You're going to have a really, 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 really bad trading career, right? That's not how trading works. So now your thinking is wrong. And because your thinking is wrong, you're going to the market trying to trade every single day because you're trying to make money this week so you can quit your job. That's not how trading works. How does trading work? Some months are going to be quite active. There's going to be some really nice trades, right? And again, guys, like for me personally, the only way for me to be able to have a really good year is to be able to get into trades that's not, I'm not looking to try to make money now. No, I'm looking to get into a trade and hold it for a few weeks and have a really nice big profit. And that's how I make good money throughout the trading year, right? Having a really good trading setup, a really good trading system. And your foundation is towards that only. Anyway, so there's a bit of a coaching video for you guys from that there. Let's actually now go through all the markets from here. And again, I want to start off with this coaching video for you guys when it comes down to the actual, your personal trading here. Because I'm telling you right now, a lot of people, and that's the purpose of my personal coaching program, right? Is I take what's taken 20 years to figure out and really condense it down into 1 year, right? Decades into a year. And so, and that's one of the things we're seeing with the actual transports from here. Let's actually now go check out the actual stock market itself and all the sectors through here. One of the really big dangerous things I'm seeing with the actual stock market is we're continuing to get this really big movement out of the markets here, right? A really big sort of what's the word for it? We're continuing to see a big move up. And I believe we're getting pretty far away. And the reason why is if you look at my one things I'm always looking for about, okay, yes, we're in an upward trend. Yes, we're in a big bull market here. But there are if I look at this here, you can see there's a certain times that it only gets too far away from the moving average before we actually end up getting a bit of a pullback, right? So we end up from here to here, right? There to there. So the big thing that I'm seeing right now when it comes to this level here is that we're actually getting pretty far away from the moving average. And as you can see, every time we get too far away from the moving average, we end up getting a pullback to the moving average. So we are getting pretty far away from this level through here. I believe we're probably, even if we got a little bit more upside, guys, I believe then that's going to be like sort of maybe that final little push there. Then we're up, and then we're probably going to go sideways. I do see a really big, strong finish towards the end of this year. But right now, guys, it's very, very, very dangerous trying to go long this market right now because of just how far away we are from the moving average. And the probability is where we're at right now when it comes to the Dow Jones. Let's go look at the Nasdaq. And the Nasdaq, everything's actually pretty flat right now on the Nasdaq, right? We're still making these higher lows through here. So low and higher low and higher low and higher low. So we're still on a strong upward trend, but you can see we're in now. I don't expect too much out of the Nasdaq, right? The Nasdaq has actually right. The Nasdaq, because the Nasdaq actually had such a big move through here. Now the Nasdaq's going through. I believe we're probably going to start to see how it's all flattened out through here. I believe we're going to do something like this for the Nasdaq for a while, just so I can get a bit of a breathing space, because we've just been in such a big bull market out of the actual Nasdaq itself. So that's what I'm seeing through there when it comes to the Nasdaq. Let's look at the S&P 500 and the same sort of situation, right? Whenever I'm getting a good gauge about these markets and what's going on here, meaning like what's the trend? Like I said, we're in a big bull market here. Yes, we can see that. But also on a short-term TA level, where are we right now? And are we due for some sort of a short-term pullback, and so on and so forth? And the best thing that I use is, once again, is this simple moving average, right? When we get too far away from the moving average, too far away, 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 right? We tend to get these, as you can see, right? We tend to get these pullbacks, these snapbacks towards the moving average when we get too far away. So not a big crash, not a big crash. I'm going to go out there and short it, John. No. It's like, I think we're getting towards the peak of these markets here. It's like, no, don't. No. Some of these economists, like, oh my goodness. Anyway, it's like every time we make it, there's been, I'm pretty sure there's people out there. It's like this market makes a new high, and every time it makes a new high, it's like, I think we're getting really close to the peak of the market. And then it goes up. Oh, and then the market drops. I told you this is the first leg down in a big bear market, and then it goes up through here. It's like, oh my goodness, no crash, not yet anyway, right? Not yet anyway. And that's what's happening there. And by the way, guys, if you're looking for a crash in the market, don't think. I want you to do this. bring up a weekly chart. Bring up a weekly chart, okay? And when you look at this weekly chart, this is what I want you to do. I want you to say two things. What's the trend right now, and what's the moving average right now? Okay? So if we come up, make a higher low, and higher low, and we're doing that. What's the trend? The trend's up, right? Higher lows. Okay, cool. And also if we have a moving average, which is a 24 moving average, doing this, that's actually strong momentum on this S&P on this chart here, okay? If we have those two things, if you're thinking, oh, the top's in, the market's going to crash. By the way, guys, do you know what a crash is? I'm going to get it in right now before the crash. Don't be silly. Don't be silly. Think about it. Think logical. Think logic, right? Oh my goodness, 2008 crash is coming. Okay. 2008 crash was 2008, 365 days, not 30 days or 7 days or 1 day, right? I'm going to get in now before the big crash comes. No, the market doesn't work like that, right? The market's not just going to go straight down for 20%. Oh my goodness, all over. So if you're thinking like that right now, stop it, because your thinking is flawed. It's not how big. Think about it from a logical point of view, right? The COVID crash was a black swan event. That was a once in 100-year event, right? It's not how big recessions happen. The global financial crisis of 2008. Okay, well, let's actually go back to that point through there. And let's actually bring up some let's actually neutralize your thinking. Look at this here. Even through when the topping was actually starting to happen, what was this? If we make higher lows and higher lows and higher lows, the trend is still up. The moving average is still trending up at this time. So the trend's up here. But what happens when we actually start to break the low through here? And the moving average starts to flatten out. If we make higher lows and the moving average is strong to the upside, we have strong trend, higher lows, means the buyers are in a strong upward trend, and the moving average to the upside. You thinking the market's going to crash. What are you doing? No, don't. Go with the market. Go with the market. You're going to have much more success. Go with the trend. Why? Because the trend's going to continue at least 70% of the time. I'm going to try to pick the top. Why? So you can be right 30% of the time, be wrong 70%? Right? No, don't. No. Just stop trying to look for reversal pattern. Heads and shoulders and divergence and double tops. No. Go with the market. Have a trading strategy to go with the market. Don't make life hard for you. Right? Because I'm telling you right now, the number one crash pattern that happens in the markets, and it gives us a clue, a sign, is this here. In an upward trend, as long as we're making higher lows, as long as we go up and down and higher low, up and down and higher low, and up, if it comes down, oh, crash, no, then higher low, right? As long as we continue to make these higher lows in the markets, and the markets keep doing that, we're in a strong upward trend. First thing. And if we do come down and make a higher low, and then we come down and we break the low, if we break the low, so higher low, it broke low. Now it's actually making a lower low, right? Do you see the pattern there? When we start to do that, we know the overall big trend, something is changing. Look at this here. Low, higher low. And then when we actually broke that low through there, then guess what? Now we should be worried. The number one crash pattern that happens across all the big markets we should look out for is this here. And then we overlay the moving average. So step number one, should I be worried about a crash? Look at the market right now, right? Look at the market right now. Any market you're looking at there, right? Bring up a weekly chart, right? If you're looking for a big crash to happen, bring up the weekly chart. See that? Okay, cool. Now I want you to look at the moving average. If the moving average is going strong to the upside through here, guess what? That's actually strong momentum. The moving average is a momentum indicator. So we have, not only do we have strong trend, higher lows, we have strong momentum going up. But if the moving average then starts to flatten out and we start to curl over a bit like this here, see how it's flattening out there. Look, the moving average started to flatten out here. This is a weekly chart over the course of a couple of weeks, right? Actually, no, that was actually a couple of months there. Over the course of a couple of months, look what happened. We started to flatten out. The moving average started flattening out and we broke the low. Then guess what? Then we came down, we rallied back up, And then the global financial crisis happened. The market gives us a clue from that point through there, right? It always happens that way, right? So so when we're looking at these markets from here, and you're looking at the great crash coming, this is the number one pattern we should look out for, because look what even happened back here. I went back to 08 for you guys, right? I went back to 08, and the reason why I'm doing this here, guys, because I'm trying to neutralize your journey and get you on the right thinking, the right foot, so you can actually do really well from this trading, and stop thinking the top's in because you think this bad economic news and the yield curve and all this sort of stuff is going to crash the market. No, you're focusing on the wrong things. Right? Look at it back here. Even through this little short-term downtrend for a whole year, what happened? Low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher. Look at this here. See how we broke the low through there? That's when we should start to get worried. Look what happened in the moving average. What did the moving average do? It was going up. Now look at the moving average. See how the moving average started flattening out? Something's now changed. Right? Something's changed. We're not making higher lows anymore because we made a higher low and we broke the low. So therefore, we're no longer in an upward trend anymore because the upward trend is higher lows, right? Well, if we break the low, that's a warning. And then we have the moving average coming up like this here. And then we start to flatten out like that through there. As you can see, then now this is your warning sign. A breaking of the low. But until that happens, the top's in, John, you don't understand. No, you're focusing on all the wrong things. Right? A great crash coming, the number one crash pattern to look out for if the market is going to actually have a big crash in the markets here. Make sense, guys? And again, this whole coaching video here is to get you on the right foot, get your thinking right, get your approach right, get everything right so you can do really well for the rest of your life. I don't give a shit about you. Oh, John, but I made money today. Good. Okay, cool. Now repeat that for the rest of your life, right? That's what it's all about. Just keep doing the same thing. That's what success is, really. Find something that works and just repeat that for the rest of your life, right? But our monkey brains can't sit on something for 5 seconds. TikTok, right? Don't, right? Because look what's happening with the S&P 500 right now. What is it? Moving average is what? Strong to the upside. What's going on? Low, higher low, higher low, higher low, right? Same for the Nasdaq, right? Even on the Nasdaq, even though we're getting what we're sitting here, look what's happening through here, right? Once again, look at this here. Low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low through here. Look what happened. As soon as we broke that low, and then look what the moving average was doing at that time, rolled up and rolled over. Now we should be worried. Then the top's in, right? And then we start to see this downtrend, right? But you're the top's in. You are moving average strong to the upside, and we're still making this low. That was still a higher low. That's still a higher low. The overall trend is still massively to the upside, right? So the top's in, right? Even on the Dow Jones, right? Look at the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones has continued to make really strong higher lows with the moving average going up. Moving average going up. Moving average is still going up through here. Lows. And we're still making these higher lows all the way up. Once again, guys, I know I'm going to drive this home for you guys to this one simple concept. And this here, guys, by the way, this is the reason why this is what I'm teaching you right now, the trend and the moving average. That's the reason why it's my first 2 rules that I look for in a high quality, high powerful trading setup. And then I overlay the proper setup, the proper type of entry bar, and it's so powerful, right? Flip it on its head. Trading doesn't have to be that difficult. I think most traders make it difficult. Why do they make it difficult? Because they go to the market thinking, oh my goodness, the ports are shut down. It's going to crush the transport, and then it makes a new high on you, right? Again, you can see back here, right? Even on the Dow Jones, low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Then we started to break the low here, right? Look at that there. Started to break the low. When we did that, moving average strong. And then look what happened. Then we started to flatten out through here. This is the point through here we start to get worried for a crash. Stop thinking the top's going to be in and we're going to do something like that. Because that's not how no, that's your fear talking. Never trade based off what you think, what you hope, or what you're fearful of. It's never a good idea. Trade in the markets based off what you think is going to happen, what you hope is going to happen, or what you fear is going to happen never leads to a really good, consistent return in the markets. And that's what we're looking at, say, for example, the Russell here. What's the Russell? King Russell, baby, King Russell. Why do I say King Russell? King Russell's going to play catch up to all the other indices. King Russell, King Russell, King Russell, right? King Russell's going to play catch up to the other indices soon, right? King Russell, I'm telling you right now, this really big picture. Because guess what happens here, guys? This is actually, let me show you this here. Let me show you from the chart from this perspective right here, right? Check this out. So the King Russell for me, I say King Russell. Why do I say King Russell? King Russell is because, check this out, low to high is what? 50%, big 50%. What does that mean? We have, for technical analysis point of view, from a rule number one for me, which is trend analysis, right? Trend analysis, right, guys? Trend analysis. Trade with the trend, right? There is trend and there is strong trend. A trend is what? Up. If the market comes down to say here and it comes down, that's that low there, always comes back down. It's still an upward trend, right? But if the market goes up and comes down to that 50% level, that's not a good example, is it? Let's go back up and back down, and we go to the 50% level, and that's the 50%, and it holds and it does something like that and picks back up. That's now strong trend. But this is a weekly chart, right? Look at this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Four times I found support. 50%, big long-term trend, right? Big long-term. Right? Yes, the short term has been crazy volatile, and people are like, oh, look at the Russell was down today. Stop focusing on the short term, right? You want to capture a big move? Look at the big long-term charts and go with that. And then be patient. People get into trade. Oh, it hasn't done nothing for 2 days. I better get out. Stop it. No, be patient. King Russell is coming. Now, here's what I do say. King Russell is actually starting to get a small little upward trend. It's actually, we're no trend here, right? So no trend. Now look what's happening through here. I will bring up through here. What's happening now? What is starting to happen on the good old King Russell? Through here, what was happening to the trend and what was happening to the moving average? The trend was what? Up, down, up, down, up, down. What's the trend? No trend. It's not making higher lows. We're not making lower highs. We're doing this. So there's no trend. And what's happening with the moving average? Moving average is flat. That means there's flat momentum. So there's no trend. There's no momentum. Who knows, right? Toss a coin. But the big picture was also, then we start to overlay the big picture through here, right? Through there, right? So, but look what's happening now. What's happened since the start of this year? Moving average is what? Starting to trend up. What does that mean? We're starting to get strong. The momentum, moving average is the momentum indicator. We're getting strong momentum in an upward swing, right? Strong momentum in an upward swing. We're starting to gain momentum to the upside. Oh, the crash is coming. And then what are we doing? What are we doing right now also? Low, higher low, higher low, higher low, same low, now another higher low, right? We're developing these now higher lows. So this year we're starting to get these higher lows and the momentum. We're starting after a period of no one in control, nothing going on through here. Guess what? We're now starting to see this upward trend from here. But here's where it gets really cool from here, right? This is what I'm saying, right, guys. The two most important rules to get a good understanding of what's going on right now, and then we can really fine tune it. Again, this is the reason why it's my first two rules, but we can really fine tune it about the exact setup we're looking for, the exact entry candle we're looking for. That's the reason why my personal trading setup, again, I teach you for free, right? My personal trading setup is so powerful is because this is my first two rules: momentum and trend, or trend and momentum. But then I'm looking for the precise setup. But I know the exact candle I'm looking to get on. If you are trading the markets, well, should I be in now? Should I be out now? Should I be is this the time to get in right now? If you're trading like that, stop it. Right? Stop it. The reason why my trading is so successful because I know the exact entry candle I'm looking to get in on. Ha! Here we go. Right? So moving to the upside from here. So what we're looking at here is that there, but check this out. Let me bring this chart up here and let me show you the Dow Jones, right? This is where it gets really, really, really cool. Whenever the market does this strong move up and we have this sideways period for a while, right? So let me do this here, right? Whenever we do this here, right? Whenever we do that period all through there, right? We go strong up and we go sideways. Guess what happens? As soon as we break up above the highs, up here, as soon as we break the highs, guess what happens? So we go strong up, we go sideways for a long time. This is actually for a few years. When we do eventually start to break up to a new high, guess what happens? We start to ensue a really nice move up. Check out the Russell. Russell's doing what? Look at this here. Look at this here. Beautiful. It went up. We've been doing nothing for a few years. What happens if the Russell continues to be in a strong upward trend, which it is right now? We talked about that. What happens if the Russell breaks up to a new high? I wonder what's happening, right? Because whenever we do get these sideways periods and then we start to break out, we end up doing what? We end up going for a big move, right? It's just how markets work. So go King Russell, right? Anyway, so that's the actual stock market through there, guys. Let's go look at the actual gold and silver from here. So that's actually the silver perspective. And again, let's bring it back to a simple analysis, trend analysis, and what's the moving average doing to get a good gauge on what's happening here on the silver market. And this is where I've been bullish silver all this time through here. Actually, one of my coaching clients, he's with me every single day with my coaching group, because again, you're with me every day because I'm coaching and helping you through this process. And he saw this, and I think he made he had this and a few other trades, but he made like $180,000 on these trades here. It was just absolutely incredible. That's the email that he sent me. Anyway, so looking at the Russell, what's the Russell doing through here? Russell's doing what? What's the moving average? We're going strong to the upside, aren't we? Now, what is also happening through here? We're doing what? Low, higher low, market goes up, market come down, make another high low, and now we're breaking up. Oh, the top's in on silver. Really? Well, I don't see anything, right? If the top is going to be in, guess what's going to happen? We're going to start to develop low, high low, higher low, and we're going to break the low. Not only are we going to break the low, but we're going to start to see the moving average flattening out a bit. So now we start to say, okay, now the trend and momentum, trend, higher lows, momentum, moving average, now things are changing, right? If the moving average goes from strong to flat, we know things are flattening out. And if we start to develop trend there, rule number 1, rule number 2, 3. So the overall movement for silver has been really, 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 really strong. And then also same for gold, right? Same for gold. Now, the other thing I do see is by looking at this level here, is even though we're in a strong upward trend from gold, we can see just how far we've actually gone up through here, right? So by understanding the market of a wave perspective, right? And as I said before, right, guys, check this out. This is why it's my number one sort of thing here. Whenever we do make a really nice move away from the moving average for a while, we tend to what? We can see here, right? Whenever we do get too far away, whenever we do get this here, we may even be getting too far away from the moving average. We tend to go through this sideways period or a bit of a short-term drop. But when we do get that, look at this here. Look at that sideways period there for what's that there? Probably 3-4 months. Big move up. Sideways movement, big move up, right? Look at this here. I actually traded this one here. Look, see that sideways period through there? What was the moving average doing? See the moving average is starting to be strong through here? I actually traded it through here because of that through there. So the purpose of me saying this is that gold right now is in a strong upward trend, and we're actually really, really, really stretched. We may get one more last little push out of gold on a short-term level basis. So let's actually bring up the daily charts here and bring up the short-term charts. We may get one last little push through here, and it may even have we may even do something like this from the gold perspective, but doing something like here and here and here and here is probably not going to happen, right? But if we do get one last little push, we're probably going to make our move up. We may get something like that, and then we may start to go through a really big correction, a really nice sort of correction out of the markets from here, because we're actually pretty far away from the moving average.